I think I was just flustered because I had just underwent the most embarrassing experience of my life. My wife and I just got back from like the fanciest British restaurant ever. It was like a 4-star Michelin tire restaurant. I don't know how they rate it. But there was a guy at the door taking our coats. Yeah. I had no idea he didn't work there. No clue. And you trust him because he's British, right? He's like, I'll take your coat, sir. I'm like, yes, you will take my coat. And the lady's jewels as well. Give him your jewels, honey. The waiter leads us into the restaurant and he brings us towards our chairs, and the chairs are clear, transparent plastic. And that's a problem for me because I have what my wife affectionately refers to as perpetual plumber's crack. And anyone else have perpetual plumber's crack? PPC, as we call it. Any PPC sufferers in the crowd? All right, don't point at your husbands. That's not nice. For those who don't understand, let me explain. Basically, my butt is small enough that my pants will always fall down, and yet somehow my crack is big enough to make everyone uncomfortable. Do you know what I'm talking about? The crack to butt ratio is not right at all. You'd think with so much crack, you'd get a little bit like a woo, but nothing. It's just flat. It's just a long, horrible ditch that leads nowhere. And normally, what do? You put the coat over your chair. That's like a crack force field, right? You can feel the wind rushing over, but no one can see nothing. But Buddy took my coat at the door. And it's not just here, it's every single restaurant. Why do they always design chairs this way with the little gap right at the bottom? If you've got PPC, that is a frame. And I know. So they bring us towards our chairs, and right away I can see that I'm like, this is not gonna end well at all. They sit my wife down first. She's got a view of the entire restaurant. I got a view just of her. Normally, that's perfect. Not today. As soon as I sit down, I can feel it. Like, I know she can't see nothing, but I also know that I am now mooning this entire half of the restaurant. And it's not like a normal moon either. It's like a squished up against clear plastic. Looks like I'm taunting them on purpose or something. Now, if this were like Minnesota, someone would say something. Hey, buddy, your butt's showing. Yeah, pull up your pants. I put a coat around you. Yeah, you PPC? Yeah, me too, buddy. Yeah, but in London, everyone's so hoity-toity proper. They're like, oh my. Don't look, Winifred, don't look. I haven't been this upset since Maggie Thatcher was in Parliament. Little Maggie Thatcher joke to really get the crowds going. I know my demographic. No problem. And it's a quiet restaurant, keep that in mind. There's music, but it's not like clothing store music where let's buy a shirt! It's not like that. The music makes it feel quieter in the restaurant. The music goes like, Mia Rossi. Wasn't even through the speakers, it was just a dude in the corner. Humming while he was eating his soup, just Mia Rossi. And this is just phase one. They bring out our food now, and it's fancy food. It's like duck foo-foo or something like that. And it was on a baguette, that's all I remember. And I took a bite, and maybe I breathed when I should have been chewing. Maybe I chewed when I should have been breathing. I don't know, but I verschlucked. Now, verschluck is a Mennonite word, which means to choke at an inopportune time. You're thinking like a cough? No, a cough is like, excuse me. That's adorable, all right? A verschluck is like a good hearty Mennonite thing. You do what it sounds like. That's how you got the name. It's like a verschluck. It's a verschluck, you understand? Stop looking at me like you don't know what I'm talking about. Everyone's got one verschlucker in the family, all right? Yes, you do. Normally it's Mom. Mom's the verschlucker, isn't she? She could verschluck on air. It doesn't even matter. Mom will verschluck on anything. She always tries to convince you she's fine. She's turning purple in the kitchen. I'm fine. Just eat. Just eat. It's fine. Just eat. Just eat. Like, I don't want the pierogies, Mom. You verschlucked all over them. What are you doing? So... I went into phase one of the verschluck. Now, phase one is just this. That's it. Now, my wife knows what phase one of a verschluck looks like, But she also knows what phase 3 of a fishlook looks like, and she did not want that to happen in this quiet, Mia Rossi British restaurant. So as soon as I went, she just looked at me like, don't you dare. You know, if you've been married a while, you have that like language you can speak without even saying a word. We had that in that moment. It was beautiful. As soon as I went, we had an understanding that I was just going to have to die. I was not to cough it up, I was to allow the darkness to overcome me. Take one for the team. But your body won't let you go down like that, so involuntarily I went into phase 2 of the fishlook, which is I suppressed that back to phase 1. Now, when you suppress a fishlook at phase 1, what happens is it does prolong the fishlook experience, but it also intensifies phase 3, you understand? So I knew I needed to get out of there as quickly as possible before I just projectile fishlooked all over everybody. So now I'm trying to be like discreet about it, also trying to suppress the fishlook and find the bathroom. So I'm like walking like, excuse me, do you know where the bathroom is? Perchance, could you direct me towards the bathroom? Poor guy doesn't know whether to find a waiter or an exorcist. They show me the they don't call it a bathroom in London, they call it a water closet. Now this poor Mennonite kid from Canada just staring at this, I'm like, I don't want to die in the utility room. You gotta visualize this. I'm in the lobby now, the quietest and busiest part of this restaurant. My body does not care. My body's like, all right, come on, phase 3. I went full phase 3 for schluck right there in that lobby, just I turn around, I'm sweating, I'm crying, my mascara's running. I stammer back to my chair, I sit down, my wife's like, you okay? Yeah. She's like, 'cause everyone heard. The waiter came up, I was expecting him to be discreet about it, maybe be like, excuse me, sir. Can I get you some water, sir? Some water for your verschlucking, sir? Some verschlucking water, perhaps. But no, I guess he had had enough. He walked up and he announced himself. He's like, excuse me, sir, but would you please pull up your pants? And he just walked right out of there.
Local man robs Wendy's with alligator. We're the alligator boys now.
And the lady, they sent